going on today, guys? Weaver Beats here. Today I'll be showing you guys how to mix a funk song. Still have a little bit of laryngitis, but it's not as bad. I just gotta keep my voice down like this, and we should be alright. Okay, so you're gonna need FabFilter, and that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah, maybe a couple Waves plugins. Today we're gonna be going over adjusting levels, compression, saturation, distortion, subtractive EQ, additive EQ. Yeah, we're just gonna try to make this mix sound good, basically. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so I got Ableton open here. I'll show you guys where we are, where we left off. So if you're using these pitch drop things, you gotta adjust the duration when you reopen your project, otherwise it bugs out. Yeah, just a weird little glitch it does. Anyways, okay, so let's just see where we left off. Okay, so I'm not really gonna play the whole thing, kind of a waste of time. Alright, so first things first, we're probably gonna mix it without the vocals, just to like clean up the instrumental mix, you know? So first off, if you have reference 4, that's a great thing to use to flatten the frequency response of whatever you're using the mix on. So put that on your master at the end of it. Essentially what it does is you have a preset for like for me, I have a preset for these headphones, and if I don't use it, the frequency response looks like this. But when I put it on, flattens it. So we're getting like a much more accurate version of the mix in our headphones. Okay, so yeah, water really helps. Okay, so we have this on. It's probably already going to sound quite a bit different. I'm going to have to turn it up a bit if you're using reference 4, because it turns it down a lot. So I'm going to use the utility tool and turn it up like 6 decibels. Doesn't sound too bad so far. Definitely want to cut some room for the drums to cut through the sample and the 808. So first thing we're going to do is get FabFilter Pro Q out, and we're going to throw it on the melody. I have a group of all the melody stuff put together. And we can actually put a side chain from the kick right here, the kick and the snare. And then we can like set the analyzer to take the side chain, and then we can see where the kick and snare are coming through at. Alright, we can just let it play. So probably around here, make a couple dips. It helps if you know what key your song is in. I like to EQ everything in the key of the song. I think the song is G, right? It's in G. Let me check. Yeah, oh no, C. Yeah, C, okay. Yep, so we got C. So we're gonna make sure everything is in C. You don't have to do it this way, but I just find it sounds better. You can also do this as a dynamic EQ instead if you want, so like this, and then have it sidechain it like that. The only problem is I don't like how the kick and snare are put together at the moment, so I'm actually going to split them. So I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to mute the snare on one of them and the kick on the other. So this one's just going to be kick, and this one's just going to be snare. Alright, now I'm going to mute the kicks on this one. Cool. Let's just make sure that's right. Yep, snare, kick, okay. Alright, so on melody, okay. As you can see, it's ducking down whenever the kick hits, which is good. That's what we're looking for. You don't have to do it this way, you could do it without the dynamic EQ also. I kind of prefer it though, at least for the kick. Maybe make an extra dip down here, just to be safe. Put it in C. We can maybe do one higher. I don't know. I don't think we need to. Okay, I'm gonna set it to the same settings. 2.54. Okay. Oh. And then if that's a little too strong, we can actually dial it back with the gain scale here. Probably somewhere around there. Yeah, forgive me for my constant water. Yeah, laryngitis. Alright. So, okay, we got this. I'm going to name it cut kick. Right. I'm going to duplicate this whole thing. And we're going to name this one cut snare. And we're going to do the same thing basically, but move it up to the snare. We're going to put the side chain from the snare in. Okay. This frequency's off a little bit on this one. I'm going to fix that. Okay, now we're going to do, again, basically the same thing, but it's just the hi-hats, and we're not going to sidechain it. Sidechaining with the hats would be too crazy. I don't think we need to listen to it. It's probably going to be about 8K and 16K. Make sure they're about the same. Okay. Definitely want a narrow one on the hats, or opening for the hats. Okay, there we go. Now we got all our drums cutting through the melody. Sorry, I know my voice is terrible. Okay, yeah, water really helps, okay. Now we can cut this stuff, the hi-hat and the snare one, over to the 808. I actually already did some saturation on the 808. I think I did that when we were making it. So we're not going to have to do any today. Again, this is all just to make sure the drums cut through everything really nicely. So yeah. We could probably copy this over to the FX as well. Pretty much all the drum stuff. What is it doing? What the fuck? Okay, let's try this again. Okay, I'm just going to copy all three of these over to the FX. Let's hear the FX. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Alright, so one thing I'm noticing, I think we can make the drums sound a bit bigger. There's a few ways we could do that, and probably the number one way is parallel compression. So, I'm trying to think what compressor we should use. You could probably use a CLA 2A. Sorry, I know this is probably not, yeah, it's not probably something, yeah, I didn't tell you guys to use this. We're going to use it though real quick. We can use basically any compressor, but this is my favorite compressor to use for parallel compression. Okay, so I'm just going to full send it. Nah, maybe let's half send it. Alright, see, it's not getting any peak reduction yet, so we're going to have to hit it harder. Let's just try to put it all the way. Okay, I think that helps a bit. Makes it sound a bit bigger, you know? So without it... Wait, sorry. And with it... Okay, then we could do a little side chain on the 808 from the kick. Okay, so we're gonna get a compressor. Just a regular compressor will do. Side chain, put on the kick, RMS mode, turn the ratio up. You're gonna want to put on look ahead. You're gonna want to put on. You're gonna want to put on look ahead. And yeah, just so you can make sure that you're doing it in time, but make sure it's not too ahead of it. Sometimes I'll use the metronome in order to help me like judge if it's on beat or not, the sidechain that is. That seems good to me. Alright, no more metronome. Metronome can fuck off. Alright. Okay, so, hold on, let me just get water real quick. I think if I have a lot of water, this will help. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, I think having like a lot of water really helps me like be able to project my voice. Maybe try gum. No, gum might help me. Alright. Yeah, does it help? Nah. No, gum's not helping. Alright. Okay, so we could also have the snare do this too. The good thing about doing that is it's going to make sure the two loudest elements in our mix are not overlapping. Because usually the snare and the 808 are some of the loudest things in the mix, besides the kick. We'll see how it sounds. So we're going to have the snare, sidechain, the 808. Maybe just do it real subtly. The goal here is not to make it audible. The goal is to make sure we don't peak as hard. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys another trick I like to do lately. I don't know if this will work that well for something like really electronic based like this, but I like to like use like an SSL channel or something in order to like give some more analog harmonics if possible. We probably want either the E channel or the G channel. So I just put on the analog and then I just full send the melody to it like that, and then I just mix it back in. You can also use the EQ if you want to give it more like harmonic sound, but just running it through it in general does a pretty good job. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Let me just solo the melodies real quick. These might actually be able to be EQ'd a little bit better. Levels are definitely really important. I messed with that a little bit. Okay, so FabFilter again. This is going to be the go-to EQ here. So remember, we're in C. Another thing worth mentioning, usually when I mix, I like to mix on my monitors, and headphones would probably be second, that'd be like plan B, but it's a lot harder to use a microphone while doing that, so just so you guys know why I'm using headphones. Okay, so, but I mean, mix on headphones if you have to, you know what I mean? They're not the worst thing in the world, especially if you make it loud. Okay, so maybe I can cut a little room on the mid one for the highs. Here, so what I'm gonna do, turn on the side chain and send over the high. And then you can let it play and it'll show you where they're clashing. Looks like about here. Yeah, about here. Okay, so these 2 points, I'm gonna make sure they're about the same. Yeah, that helps the high synth cut through the mid synth. Okay, so high cut. Usually I like to label everything. That way, if I ever have to fix something, it's just easier to get to it. Okay, let's bring the 808. Maybe cut some lows from the melody. Let's just check. Okay, maybe a little. There we go. Let's bring those drums back in. There's a bit more we could do also. So let's say this isn't warm enough or harsh enough for us. We could also start doing a little saturation also, maybe with the drums or with the melody stuff. Let's just experiment here. Okay, so saturator, I'm gonna turn up the drive, maybe to like 5. Soft clip, but then it's debatable. It depends what we're going for. Let's just start with that for now, and then we're gonna full send, or maybe half send. Well, half send Now we'll full send the drums, then turn it down, and then bring it back in. Oh yeah, that actually adds to it a bit. Yeah, it makes the drums punch a bit harder. Especially that kick. Okay, another thing we can do, I'll just do this with the utility tool since, yeah, just the less plugins the better. So we'll use the utility tool and we'll put it on the melody and we're gonna spread it a bit. It's usually a lot better to do this with monitors than with headphones. I feel like with headphones you're not really, I don't know, you're hearing it differently. Maybe about there. Okay, fuck it, let's try saturation with the melody too. Why not? Alright, I guess we're just gonna copy the same settings over. We can even try the 808 also. Alright, so I'm gonna send the melody there, full send, just like with the drums. Do the same thing, maybe turn it down all the way. Definitely gives a little color to it. I kinda like it. Maybe turn on the drive a bit. So let's just hear this mix without all these returns that we added, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of like how much this kind of stuff can really add to it. Without it, and then with it. Wait, sorry, I missed the button. Without it, and then with it. As you can tell, it really beefs it up a lot. Really beefs it up a lot. I think it's the saturator and the CLA. To be honest, that really helps, but the other stuff is nice too. Okay, so maybe we can do the same thing with the 808. Let's just check it out, see how it goes. So saturator. Okay. Yeah, then we're just in the bass, full send. Yeah, I just noticed we didn't pan this stuff very hard. We could actually pan this stuff harder if we wanted to. We could also do this also. This would actually be really cool. If I use the utility tool on this one with like deeper sounding synth here and made that super wide. Like, cause it would make sense cause it's a really deep synth, you know. Not that one, this one here. Yeah, make this one extra wide. So if you guys are curious the difference that reference 4 will make on a track, let's listen before and after. So before, like the bass is too loud almost, you can hear, right? So yeah, like if I wasn't using reference 4, I would like be making worse mixing choices. Like I probably would have made the bass quieter since it sounds so loud without it. But yeah, with it nice and flat. So yeah, we don't really have to do much processing or shaping too much of the sounds, because we already like picked good sounds, you know what I mean? Most of it's just like some flavor at this point. I try not to pick sounds that require tons of processing in order to make them fit in the mix. I feel like that's kind of just working against the grain, so to speak. Makes more sense just to find sounds that make sense together already. Alright, so now we're going to bring the vocals in. Oh, I just noticed we didn't cut the stuff on the vocals. Okay, so yeah, we gotta copy all this stuff here and copy it over the vocals. The cut kick, the cut snare, and the cut hi-hat. And we just want the drums to cut through it better. I kind of feel like the hat's not cutting through as good as it could, so I'm gonna boost this here. Okay, and then I feel like the hat's like, maybe it's a little quiet. So I'm gonna bring it up 6 decibels here, turn it down 6 here, and then kind of, that way I have room. Let me just solo the drums again. Maybe cut some lows off the hi-hat. Okay, let's do that real quick. Probably somewhere about there. We can do the same with the open hats. I'm just going to combine them into a group. Call it OH. You know why. And then this one we'll group into the thing called perk. I'm just going to copy the same thing over to all of them. Okay. Probably got a little build up on the reverb there. That is a long decay time. That'd probably be why. 23 seconds. Okay, so it sounds pretty good so far. So I like to use Butch Vig vocal compressor. It's a waves compressor for vocals. Definitely my go-to vocal compressor. Let's turn up the compression a bit. Alright, and then it also has this nice saturation and solid state, like harmonic shit down here. That's one reason I really like it. So we're gonna bring a little bit of that in, very minimally, because you can easily destroy this. Like if I like to use this part, I only do like 0.2 at most. I don't even know why it goes all the way up to 100, because it's like, that's like way too much. I don't know. I actually don't know if I like it on his voice. His voice is kind of like harsh already. Maybe the way you already processed it. So I'm actually gonna not use the saturation stuff down here, but I'm still gonna compress it. Okay, so got that. Let's see, what else do we need to do? Maybe cut. We can maybe cut some highs from this 808. Okay, so we're gonna auto filter it. We're just gonna see where it sounds good. I'm gonna add this cut hi-hat thing over to the bass saturator. I just feel like there's problems with the hi-hat cutting through the bass, that's why. Okay. See, it's cutting through a bit better now. Sounds good so far. I really like this outro. It's clever. Alright. Trying to figure out what else we need now. I don't know, I feel like we got mostly everything. Pretty not bad mixing. I actually think I'm better at mixing than everything else. So I guess there's more we could do. Like we could really keep this going if we wanted to. We could like spread some stuff more as it gets into the chorus. For instance, like here to here. Maybe we'll do that. So it's like opening up the panning, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite. So it's gonna go from 2 to, or 5 to 17, but on the right side. Have it go back to normal. That might be too much. I'll put it closer to like 10. Okay, I just want it to be kind of subtle, nothing crazy. Okay, just gotta get this to 10. Alright, let's hear that again. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can process the vocals more. So I'm gonna make another return. I'm trying to think what would be a good option. I could try the Butch Vig thing again and try it on Ascend instead. Maybe that'll work better. So sometimes, I don't know, when you get all your mixing stuff done, maybe you want to experiment a little bit. That's what I'm doing now. So we're gonna try like parallel compression on the vocals. I'm just gonna see how this sounds. So we could maybe try Decapitator on the vocals. I don't know, it might not work on his though. So let's just check that out real quick. Let me finish mixing in this one part. Let's try put the Decapitator on the return. That might be a better option here. So I'm going to turn it up a bit and I'm going to cycle through these settings, see which one I like. I'm just going to loop this area. They honestly don't sound that different to me. Maybe I gotta make it louder. Definitely not that one. Or that one. Probably A. Okay, we turn the drive down. Turn this down. So some other things we could try to make this just more functional before we even master it. So a lot of times what I like to do is I'll like throw a limiter on each like group. More so just to like make a little more headroom, you know. You could use a limiter or maximizer. We could maybe just use Ableton's limiter. And the point here is just to make it so we have more headroom, like I said. I'm just trying to tell if it's like changing how it sounds. I feel like it does, which I don't like. Yeah, I don't know if I like what it's doing to the kick there. I want to use something else. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Someone's probably gonna hate me for doing this, but I don't know if the limiter slash maximizer in Ozone's pretty good. Like, it's pretty transparent. Like, compare before and after, this is pretty similar, right? So wait, let me solo this. Yeah, before and after with this on the drums. It's about the same. So, yeah, one good reason to use this. Okay, so let me just make sure. sounds a little more soft clip, but it's not like so bad that I hate it. Okay, so that's fine. And then we're probably going to do the same thing with the melody and the 808. And yeah, like I said, the point is just to catch the peaks here and to give us more headroom. You could use this button here to attach the ceiling and the threshold. I'm gonna mess with the settings a little bit. Sounds good to me there. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing with the 808. Yeah, someone would probably like have a seizure seeing me use a maximizer or Ozone's maximizer to do this, but I mean, I don't know, I haven't had any problems using it to just do this, what I'm doing right now. See, I don't know if we really want to catch, I don't know if we want to limit the 808 because that could be too drastic. I think we might just not do that one. And then maybe the vocals, we'll see how it goes on the vocals. Okay, same thing, attach it. See, I'd probably put this before the EQs if possible. Another thought I just had, we could auto pan this open at. Usually I do this, but I didn't think of it on this track for whatever reason. Okay, so what I usually do is I set it to extreme settings and I sync it and I put it slow and then I figure out from there. I think it's actually perfect already. I just gotta turn down the amount. Wonder if that's too much. Just got all the highs from the snare. And lows. Okay. Not too bad. Okay. Alright. Yeah, let's compare before and after with all these sends. This is a lot of send and returns. So before, after. Let's compare with the vocals. Okay, so before, without it. And after. I still feel like we could have made this melody wider. So instead of doing the utility, instead of doing the utility tool, we could try Ozone's Imager. And the good thing about that is it has some more features. Okay. Like there's this cool stereoized feature, which it's really cool, but it can cause problems. But let's try it out. I'm all pouting up them lips, pouting up them lips, pouting up them lips, I wish I was listening on my monitors for this part. I don't really trust my judgment on headphones for like some sort of Haas effect like this. Pouting up them lips, pouting up them lips, pouting up them lips. Right out there is good. It's like wider, but not too different. Okay, let's see what else we can do. We could maybe make I'm pretty sure the bass is already pretty mono. I mean, you could stereoize the 808, but I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of that. Let's just see how it sounds. Those ones right here. I don't know, I feel like stereoizing 808 just kind of sounds bad a lot of the time. Kind of depends, but yeah, it doesn't sound good on this one. Okay, what else? Alright, let's play back the whole thing, see if we catch anything else to fix. Kept up in the crib, break the dungeon, trolls and goblins. Sounds great. Only thing I'm wondering if the hats are cutting through enough still. I might just be tripping out on that. I just noticed, never mind, that's fine. It should be like this though. Limiter should be there. Okay. So actually when we mix, we're supposed to not even have a limiter on, but I don't think it's a big deal because let's just see if we're peaking. Yeah, if we're peaking, it's just like super close, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, usually you don't want your limiter on there. The only reason it was fine for me is because it wasn't like really loud. Like if I had the gain cranked up like this, then that would have been a big problem. But yeah, if it's not like doing any compression, that's not a big deal. Okay, so let's see what else we can do. Okay, wait, I think the hats need more like 8K plus. Because it's like, I feel like we're mostly getting a lot of like right here. Need more like here. Put a high shelf. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, anything else? I don't know, I feel like this is a pretty good mix. Let me see if there's anything else I notice. I'm just scared that hat's like too much now. May want to turn it down a bit. I bring it down to like 100%. Another thing we could do, but we don't really have to do, but we're here, why not? We could compress the melody with the kick and the snare. I'm gonna actually just copy and paste the one from the 808 and then turn them up. Or maybe down, maybe I'll turn them down.
Kept up in the crib, break the dungeon, trolls and goblins, ain't
So yeah, when you're done mixing, and let's say you're using reference 4 like I am here, when you're done mixing, you're going to want to turn this off and the utility tool when you export it, and also if you had a limiter on, turn that off as well. If there was a limiter on, you need to make sure it's not peaking. -3 to -6 decibels is what you want. And looks like I am a bit below that, so we can either turn down everything. Yeah, probably the best move is to turn down everything. Just go like that, select all. Oh, the vocals. Okay, I gotta put the vocals in a group. Vocal. God damn it, vocals. Okay, so now we're gonna turn everything down. Let's do 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. Then we gotta do the returns also. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, maybe another couple clicks. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, let me hear it with the stuff back on, just so I can make sure I didn't fuck up the mix. Yeah, it sounds good to me. Alright, so yeah, that's the finished mix. And then if you want to export it, you just, select all like that. Export. The reason why we're going to want to do this is we're probably going to want to bring it to a new file when we master it, which will be a lot shorter than mixing. So you're going to want to keep it whatever bit depth you mixed it in. So if you mixed it in 16, then keep it in 16. If you mixed it in 24, then keep it in 24. Let me check to be certain. Okay. Come on, preferences, where are you? Oh my god, I hope it's not going to crash. Oh my god, I hope it's not going to crash. Bro, if it crashes, man. I don't want to do this again. Oh, thank god, dude. Oh my god. I'm going to save this. Don't be like me. Okay, so, yeah. You should probably save before you export. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Okay, so we're checking the bit depth. That's what we're doing. Okay, so, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's, wait. Pretty sure it's 16. Hey, I don't need this anymore. Interesting, it's at 48K on here and 44K on voice meter. Well, it's probably fine. It should be fine at 16-bit. If it isn't, then I'll fix it next time. Okay, so export 16, and then yeah, pink mix. I like to put the BPM and the key. I'll explain why next time. Alright, so that's been it for my stream today, guys. Hopefully you guys learned something about mixing a trap track or funk track or basically any kind of track. Yeah, shout out to Bass Gorilla. Sorry about my voice. It's I think this is better than last week though. Maybe it's not, I don't know. But anyways, hopefully